Hey, what's going on, guys? Oink here, bringing you some more of Battlefield 3 beta. Again, this is an attacking, of course, it's Russian Operation Metro. This time I'm going to be using the M416, which is an unlock for the Assault class. As you can see my setup there, got the grip and the ACOG sight for it. I'm not a big fan of the iron sights. It actually shares its iron sights with the first LMG you get, which is the LAR, I believe. But yeah, I'm using it with the ACOG, which was really effective back in Bad Company 2. And I haven't found it to be as effective, but it's still a pretty lethal optical sight, and definitely my favourite of the optical sights because although a few of the iron sights are a little bit funky, I'm definitely preferring them in comparison to the optical sights in general. Most of the red dots and the reflexes I'm really not liking at all. As I just crawl into the ground here. As I said before, use your tactic ahead to B. Not going to talk about the tactics as much in this, as there's a few other things I can talk about. But it is always, I would suggest heading for B first. Anyway, this gameplay is on PS3, and I thought I would talk a little bit about the differences that I've been noticing between the console and the PC versions. Now, first of all, you got the graphics. Now, by no means is this game looking bad on PS3. It's looking incredibly nice, especially for a console game. The textures are really nice, all of the models really nice, but when you look at it on PC, I mean, when you're playing on PS3, you kind of forget how much better it looks on PC, and when you switch over, it's just like, oh wow, that is, pretty amazing. Like, it's just, the detail is ridiculous. Like, it does get a little bit ridiculous, like how good it actually looks on PC. The other thing that I've noticed is the general difficulty. Now, most people say that games like Call of Duty are designed to be easy, and I would generally agree that the way that the game is set, I'm not saying that you can't be good at the game, but the game is designed in a way that makes it easy for new players to get into it, and that's why it's so popular, because anyone can pick it up and play. It doesn't require a level of elite skill, previous experience, any of that kind of stuff, to just hop in and get some kills and have a bit of fun and all that kind of stuff. Whereas with Battlefield, on the whole, it really is about your knowledge of how to play the game itself, disregarding all else, disregarding maps, guns, graphics, disregarding all of that in comparison with Call of Duty. Battlefield requires knowledge of the game and requires you to, have a bit of practice, almost train yourself up, so you can understand good tactics to use, good routes to take, how to use the squad system well, all that kind of stuff. And it's interesting because I've been talking with a few of my mates who have been picking, who haven't played Battlefield, before they've played Call of Duty quite a bit, and maybe I persuaded them to give the alpha a go, the beta a go, and on the whole, a lot of the newer players to Battlefield, or the less experienced Battlefield players, have been not liking it very much, and saying, they may still give it a chance on the full game. They're accepting that it might be, a lot less good than it will be once the full game releases, but a lot of them aren't enjoying it like crazy amounts. Whereas I speak to some longer term Battlefield players and some people who do really know what they're doing. They've played Battlefield before, and they know about tactics and all that kind of stuff, and they do they have a good idea of what they're doing on Battlefield, and those people in particular have been having lots and lots of fun with the game. And I think that kind of demonstrates the point that I was talking about, that this game really is a game that requires experience and requires some knowledge to kind of understand. You got to kind of get your head around it. You got to understand how to play the game, as well as being able to then actually play it as well. And I think it's unfortunate because what they've tried to do for these console versions is, going back to my original point that it's slightly easier, I've been finding, is I think they've, I wouldn't say dumbed it down, because the content is essentially the same, but it does appeal a lot more to the, you know, the console gamer, that sort of the less serious you know, the person who maybe hasn't played Battlefield before and is into the more fast-paced Call of Duty. And right here, I was playing with a mate and I was just knifing him. Forget about that. We were playing in a squad there, but he didn't actually get in my squad, if that makes sense. But yes, so along with what I was saying about it being slightly sort of, I don't know, towards that kind of player, this particular map that they've chosen now, I'm not 100% on the reasons why they've picked it. I'm not sure that they've really talked that much about why they've chosen this map to really test. They tested it in the alpha, and then they brought it back again for the beta. I don't know where that guy was going, going down the lonely tunnel. But because I mean, they did bring back the other. They brought in another map for the PC beta. And then they've already taken that down. The servers were up for just a matter of days. I only managed to get on once, and for that reason I don't have a gameplay for you guys, unfortunately. But that's been now taken down, and so this is again the only map you can play. And I think this map doesn't really represent Battlefield as a whole. Now, of course, I can't speak too much about it because I don't know that much, you know, in terms of what the other maps are going to be like. You know, I don't want to be like, oh, you know, none of the other maps are going to be like that, and you know, they're only showing it because they're trying to appeal to Call of Duty players. All I'm saying is that having seen this, you know, at least one other map, the scale and size of it is so, you know, just way beyond what this map is. It's, you know, this feels more like, I mean, obviously this is huge compared to a Call of Duty map, but the kind of engagements you're getting, it's a lot faster paced, it's a lot closer engagements, a lot closer range, and on the whole, it does just appeal very slightly more to that new player, to that kind of, that slightly more Call of Duty experience. And I think, although they haven't talked about it much, my guess, as well as, you know, obviously testing out how you know, how it's going to work, and, you know, getting everything right, as well as that, I think the reason they might have picked this instead of another map might be partly due to the fact that they want to try and do everything they can to get that other kind of player on board. You know, they know that they can get their hardcore fans on board, and I'm sure that they'll probably please them more showing them, you know, a huge great map, and they did slightly for the PC, but by bringing that in for the beta, and that's what everyone plays, a massive great map, and I think that would turn off a lot of newer players who just aren't used to that, and who just wouldn't be able to have enough, you know, would just not end up getting the game due to that, you know, decision to have that map in there. So I think they've played it quite smart, and as well, they haven't really done this kind of map as much. So it's also a good chance for them to maybe take what they learn from this map and apply it to any other maps that might be this kind of style. I'm assuming this isn't the only map that's going to be, you know, quite small like this, quite tight, fast-paced, stuff like that. And so maybe they're using this map as an example when they're taking the experience they learn onto the other maps that are in the same sort of style. You can see here the game's already wrapping up. We managed to get every bomb planted pretty rapidly after them coming unlocked. We got these simultaneously planted. I did pretty decent in this game, and finish up with the last kill there. Of course we won there. I think it was like a 9, yeah, look at that, dead on 9 minutes. I went 18 and 3, pretty good. I was playing with Sir Cliffy there, Drop Hop as well, another mate of mine who was on the other team, unfortunately. You can see here all of those lovely ribbons that I picked up. I've been doing really well on the PS3 though. I've been getting some really nice games, and just, yeah, I'm really enjoying the beta so far, and the same on PC. I've been having a lot of fun with that. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.